Wird raus, wo sie gegangen ist. Okay. Ach, so weit ist es nicht. Okay. Ich hätte jetzt erwartet, dass wir zu Liebe Haber teleportieren müssten. Hast getroffen.
This Fontanian device of mechanical motion is quite curious indeed.
Spackos! Spackos!
Ist kein Fan, was? Ja, vor allem noch mit
Arschloch! Arschloch!
vor allem auch dieser Haarsträhne, wo man sofort weiß, ah, das ist der Hirsch und das andere ist der andere Kranich. Oder was war er?
Is hardly an
Vogel.
opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
Die reden irgendwie wie Roboter, oder?
One believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Aocang. Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread at the thought.
Your concern is misplaced, surely.
Einer hat die Schnur losgelassen. Drache flog davon.
Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. She will not notice that kite. On the subject of said kite, however, one simply must remark on the genius of its windless lift technology. One cannot help but surmise that its ingenuity rivals that of Cloud Retainer's creations.
Kann man das also windlose Drachen nennen, Eike?
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can both say farewell to any further use of the supreme cuisine machine.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This is all your fault.
Können auch Telepathie?
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor. Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
Die ganze Zeit schauen sie sich die ganze Zeit nur so an.
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later, she will discover our true identity.
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not. You retrieve it.
That is not our kite.
Oh, gutes Pärchen.
Wäre das dann Bestiality?
Oh, so an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Oder wohl, nee, das wäre eher, wie heißt das? Nicht die Race, wir sind ja keine Rasse, du weißt schon, unterschiedliche Tierarten.
Ah, you're an Adeptus? Please forgive us for any impropriety. I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for such wanton behavior?
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... mint!
Natürlich.
Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on our way.
Er hätte ja auch sagen können, die exquisiten Schmetterlinge.
We finally caught up. You sure do fly fast in your illuminated bird form, Xianyun. Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
Richtig ausgecallt, so richtig verpfiffen. Pfeifer, das ist so doof.
You?
Ich hab gar nichts.
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe. Did she say something wrong?
Jetzt gibt es hier eine Mini-Version vom Ragnarök.
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Oh, die
Then you are
Doofen.
not angry?
Es ist ja nicht so offensichtlich, nicht wahr?
How could one feel
Tier schon.
anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making. Thus, we could only take the convenient route, so to speak.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent stands unmatched across the land. Of this, we are well aware.
Sie ist kein Fan von wie heißt das? Honig ums Maul schmieren, was?
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
We're leaving already? All this flying from place to place is wearing Paimon out.
Ich find's immer witzig. Oh, komm her. Ja, keine Sorge, ich rede nochmal mit ihnen. Ich find's immer witzig, dass das irgendwie in der Story keine Teleporter existieren, Eike, oder?
Doch, tun sie, aber nicht so, wie wir sie kennen. Ja, die Teleporter sind nicht Kanon. Wir wissen es, Catbush Bluehead ist okay.
It seems that one's concern was misplaced after all.
Then, should we continue flying the kite?
A splendid suggestion, but it would be advisable to change locations.
Splendid.
Perhaps your mountain would suffice? It is more than spacious enough.
A fine idea. A fine idea indeed.
Die sie gleichzeitig die Arme hochgenommen haben. Okay. Sind ein Fan von Jade Chamber, von der Jadekammer. So. Easy. So, jetzt müsste eigentlich jetzt die letzte Sequenz kommen. Oder das letzte Gespräch. Und ich denke mal, am dritten Tag, da fängt dann erst das ganze Drachensteigen an, Eike, wahrscheinlich. Was?
Ja.
Ja. Ich bin nur enttäuscht, dass
Und
Truhe
die
nicht da
letzte
aufgetaucht
Stelle
ist.
wird dann kommen mit Tutau und
Da
Florina
kommt
und
der
die
Stubilett
Freundschaft
kurz rein und sagt Hallo.
Stubilett kurz rein und sagt, ich bin der Beste, der Tollste und Zhongli ist Kacke und ich bin der Beste und ich bin alles und ich denke nur so,
Ja, geht aus dem Weg, ihr Adepten. Ich habe euch sofort erkannt. Wird er bestimmt sagen.
ich hasse Darways Self-Inserts Kacke.
They're
Und
back.
nächstes Jahr wird dann noch einer kommen. In Natlan wird dann wieder ein Self-Insert männlicher Charakter, der stärkste der Region sein wird. Langweilig mit Self-Insert männliche Charaktere. Holt euch einen Ruf runter, ey.
Paimon's pooped. Hi. Why are there only 2 of you left?
Hat sie gerade gesagt, Paimon ist pupt?
Ja.
After you left, Yao Yao and Shuyu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gao Ming
Ich
offered to
hasse
escort them home.
Self-Inserts.
Before he left, he said something that I don't quite understand.
Oh? What did he say?
He said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free. He looked quite dejected as he said this.
Soll der Stur eine Metapher sein für Gebundenheit? Wie er sagt, ja, ein Zurückhalten, nicht wahr?
Now that you mention it, Gao Ming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards kites.
A reflection of himself. Oh, if I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a symbol of kinship and the bonds that tie us and...
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection, but lose it, and you lose that which links you to home.
Viermal in einen Bindfaden interpretieren kann, nicht wahr, Eike?
Was man in einen Bindfaden hineininterpretieren kann.
Ja, sag ich doch.
Und
If
hinten
Gao
kackt die
Ming
Ente
truly
sich
sees a
schon.
kite as a reflection of himself, then I fear I understand his words even less.
Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually quite normal.
Just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go anywhere near it?
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation? Did one miss something?
Jetzt wird's interessant.
Well, were just chatting. You don't have to butt in on every little thing, you know. Where were you anyway?
One was merely doing a bit of cooking.
Wie kannst du es wagen?
Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before you depart.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the chance to enjoy your cooking, Cloud Retainer.
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities.
Ich werde Palmas Portion für mich beanspruchen. Nein, wir wollen nett sein.
Shenhe, Ganyu, come with me.
Whoa, what's with all the secrecy? You're not trying to play favorites, are you? If you're ready to serve the food, we can help too.
Geh zum Eingang der Wohnstätte. Okay, die ist ja gleich da vorne. Ja, ja, sie will nicht, dass sie... Sie will nicht, dass wir ihren... Wie heißt das Teil nochmal? Oh, verdammt, mir ist der Name schon wieder eingefallen. Wie heißt das Ding, mit dem man Essen schnell kochen kann?
Tja,
Das überall so verkauft wird, dieses Küchenmaschinen-Ding.
tja.
Ah, Eike weiß es natürlich.
Ja, aber ich werde es dir nicht sagen. Und jetzt kommt das große Geschenk. Die Mama schenkt ihren Mädchen die Kleider.
Die Kleider, die man kaufen kann. Für, was? 1600 und? Oder wie viel ist es? Wow!
Oh, I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing.
Macht das einen großen Unterschied im Vergleich zu ihren alten Standard-Outfit, Eike? Ich meine, da trägt sie auch nicht viel Stoff. Oh, es ist so kalt. Oh.
Is the headpiece secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
How do we look?
Jetzt können sie mit Dingmann mithalten, Eike, was?
She asked them just like that?
You look pretty too, Ganyu. Oh, how should Paimon put it? You both look so elegant and refined. Those outfits really suit you both.
Given that one employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, one would expect nothing less.
Dadurch, dass sie nur irgendwie 50% Stoff braucht für beide, hat sie ja noch eine Menge gespart. Nicht wahr? Eike?
Ja.
Ja, ja, gut, ich will jetzt nicht weiter drauf rumreiten.
Jetzt will ich Kinder haben.
What colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
I like black.
Natürlich.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own tastes.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily. A virtue I've come to value recently.
Ja, sie sieht das ja ganz praktisch, ne? Wie Deadpool. Ich trage rot, damit man das Blut nicht sehen kann.
And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Da war der Cloud Retainer wie so die Eltern, die einen vor Weihnachten mal fragen, oh, was magst du so? Nicht wahr?
Yes, very. I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer, for this gift. And the kite, too.
Oder vor dem Geburtstag, bevor es Amazon-Wunschlisten gab.
Thank you, Master.
One is content, as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
Wir nehmen Platz und genießen eine reich gedeckte Tafel angenehmer Gesellschaft. Wird auch angenehm angezogen.
Seems like your supreme cuisine machine is just getting better and better, Xianyun. This golden crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and the meat inside is so succulent and sweet. Paimon, it's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
Chopsticks, da war der Finger ein bisschen zu nervös. Du wirst ihn besiegen.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop, and he spent the whole afternoon looking after Xianyun. One was hoping to treat him to a meal. Oh well. One will just have to extend one's thanks in person.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you, Cloud Retainer.
One has high standards. He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh, what strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe. Ever since you returned from one mean restaurant, your turns of phrase render one at quite the loss.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and his dad, Xianyun?
Wahrscheinlich weiß sie das.
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't been back since.
Oh?
Ran away, you say? Oh. One believes we would all benefit from a more thorough retelling. Start from the beginning.
Ja, bitte mit dem Schnitt.
Oh, okay. Paimon just hopes he won't mind.
Wusste ich's doch. Ihr berichtet Xianyun alles, was ihr über Geheimnisse wisst.
This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. We must make haste. As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Menogius.
Was?
He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye, not just for fabric selection and color pairing, but also for what accessories could best accentuate a garment's overall styling. At a gathering of Adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogius made for her was too long and impractical, lamenting that it would only hinder her in battle. However, when one asked Menogius his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance by exemplifying a certain elegance. Menogius was that type of person. When it came to topics relating to garments and accessories, not even Rex Lapis could best his stubbornness. And later... one seems to have strayed off topic.
Ein wenig, ja.
One means to say that Lantern Rite should be a day of reunion.
Xianyun erinnert mich an mich. Ich bin ja auch mal so ausladend, wie ich was erzähle, nicht wahr, Eike?
Ja.
Ja, muss auch mal zum Punkt kommen und nicht mal so, ja, da war noch so und das war hier und wisst ihr das? Vielleicht immer denke, die Leute waren das vielleicht interessiert, von wegen die Hintergründe und so.
It is a time to address problems before they turn into regrets. Fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can befall any of us without design or reason. If there is a chance for young people to remain insulated from this reality, one should do one's utmost to make it so.
Deswegen geht lange zur Schule.
That's nice and all, but...
Do you have any ideas, Cloud Retainer?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use. No. Mechanics, perhaps. One fails to see its use in a situation such as this.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Hau ihn.
Genau, irgendwann K.O. schlagen.
Combining our efforts is a fine idea indeed. Aha! One has an idea. How about this?
Thermomix, so heißt das Teil. Ah! Ich Eike? War viel zu spät. Ja, war viel zu spät fällt das Wort ein, dass er nicht das auf der Zunge lag, aber mir richtig im Moment nicht kam.
Does that make sense to everyone?
Ja.
Yep. Oh, Paimon really hopes this works.
One's designs never fail. Now then, I counsel rest for all, and to make the necessary preparations. One shall see you in 2 days.
Und damit hätten wir Tag 2 oder Kapitel 2 abgeschlossen. Yeah! Stehen sie noch irgendwie hier rum? Nein? Kein Essen? Nö? Oh, schade. Dachte, wir könnten mal noch wieder ein Gespräch führen, wo es dann heißt, ja, bla bla und dies und das. Und dieses Kleid ist sehr schön. Okay, jetzt muss ich es mal nachschauen, nochmal kurz. Nicht wahr? Wenn wir schon darüber geredet haben vorhin. Frostblütentau, bla bla bla. 1350. Das ergibt zusammen
2700.
Ja. Das ergibt umgerechnet wie viel Geld?
Eine Menge.
Ja. Ist wie bei Deluxe Outfit. Denkt man so, soll man es nehmen oder nicht nehmen? immer so eine Sache, nicht wahr? Obwohl, diese eleganten Ningguang-Kleider für die beiden, die haben doch schon was. Da ist doch Potenzial nach oben. Für alle Charaktere. Aber erstmal machen wir jetzt machen wir Bettchen. Nicht wahr, Eike?
Ja, ja, ja.
Das ist so mein Fall. Ist schon spät. Naja, gut, so spät auch wieder nicht. Ach ja, Minispiele muss ich auch noch machen. Und morgen haben dann 10 Wishes. Die werden wir dann wieder am Ende machen. Im Finale. Also nach dem Finale.
Yay.